Okay, hey, thanks so much for coming tonight. I am going to go ahead and share my screen and we're going to get started. Okay, so thank you for joining me tonight to talk about the opportunity that you have to join Scout and Seller and to hopefully grow your own business at whatever level you want it to be. So, our slogan for the company is join us on the journey to discover the unknown good. And the unknown good is everything about the company and about the life that you would love to have and the work that you're willing to put into it. All right, so I am Tiffany Wix. I am your host. I'm an associate director with the company. I've been here since August of 2018. I am an Air Force veteran. I am married to an Air Force veteran and airline pilot. And I am a work from home mom to six amazing kids. They range everywhere from 2 years old up to 14. So I've got toddlers, preteens, and teens, and everyone in the middle. One of my favorite quotes in the world is, "Your only limit is you." And I have found that to be 100% true. What I like to focus on coaching on for people usually is all of the gray matter that is in between these two ears, and then get your head right and start moving forward. All right, so who are we as a company? So, as a company, we're made up of a bunch of wine lovers that is disrupting the clean crafted industry and sharing wine that is made in a whole new way. Throughout everything we've done, we decided to set some core values. And with those core values, the first one is that we always do the right thing no matter what. As a brand new company, we have grown considerably in the last 5 years, but we're still very small. So no matter what, corporate always listens to what we say. And as teammates and team leaders, we always do the right thing. That's our purpose and our golden rule. The next thing is our transparency efforts. So we publish all of our macros, all of our nutrition information, where the wine comes from on our website. We will always be transparent in how the wine is made, where it's come from, and what all went into it. Our third core value is passion. So we are fiercely in love with everything we do here at Scout and Cellar, and we really care a lot about the people who do it with us. Our next one is authenticity. So authenticity seems to be a buzzword on social today. Everyone's like, "That's not authentic. I don't feel this is very authentic." So listen, authenticity just really is your guiding personal values and who you really are reflected in what you do. So we are an authentically true company. We stand by our core values. And we like our individual consultants to do the exact same thing. And lastly, family. That's an incredibly important value because most people start a side gig or a business because they're trying to make their life better for their family, whether that be six kids like mine or two kids or maybe none. Maybe you're just starting out. But nonetheless, we are a family of consultants and we're a family as a business. And we look to promote great values within other people's families as well. All right, so first off, the head of our family, meet Sarah Shadnix. She is our wine CEO. She started the company in 2017, and she used to be a lawyer, but she really loved wine and wanted to start delving into that until she started to have some not so great side effects from the wine she was tasting. And with all of her awesome lawyer skills, she put those to work and figured out what exactly was making her feel terrible. And she solved the problem in the market. So that's what we're here to do, is to show people that there's a better way to enjoy wine and to enjoy it without all the things that wine really doesn't need to be delicious. All right, so what is clean crafted? That's what your big question is, right? What does that even mean? We've never even heard of that phrase. Well, that's our phrase. That's from our company. So, in short, it's grapes that are grown without any toxic pesticides. We produce it with very limited artificial processing, if out any. And there is no addition of sugar. It's incredibly low in sulfites because it's very natural to the grape. There's always sulfites in every single wine. Okay, let me just get that out of the way because that seems to be a conversation that's recurring in the world. Is I want my wine to have no sulfites. It's impossible. You're never going to find a wine with no sulfites, but you can definitely find low sulfite wine. And we only add just enough to keep it to turning from vinegar before it reaches your front door if it's needed, and only when it's absolutely needed. All of our wine is multiple independent lab tested multiple times. So we ensure there's a quality and value in every single bottle that we produce. All right, so why in the world would you even pick the wine industry? Well, because the wine industry is huge. And next week, we're launching coffee on top of that, which is another multiple billion-dollar industry. So those two combined, it's like indescribable, right? Indescribable the level of value that you now have to offer to other people and to enjoy yourself. So over 5.2 billion bottles of wine were sold in just 2020 alone. And I get it. You guys are like, yeah, well, it was 2020. Okay, well, you guys, people haven't stopped drinking wine just because there's no pandemic anymore. They're still loving wine. They're still wanting a better solution. And if anything, I think people are way more in tune with finding better for you solutions to every single thing that they take part in. Okay, so wine via sold e-commerce generally sells at a higher price point. You can find an average bottle of wine in the store around $10 to $12. Well, now we've got inflation that's upon us. I would say it's more in the 12 to 13 range. An average bottle price via e-commerce is well into the high 30s and sometimes even 40s. Our average price per e-commerce sent to your doorstep, plenty of convenience, is about $23 to $25. That is an incredible value for the wine that we're producing. All right, so why would you even go with Scout and Cellar at all? Well, A, we're the best. And we've got gold medals and standards, and we've got accolades coming out of our rear to prove it. So our wines are made to be completely approachable, fresh, and beautiful right when you receive them. You could shelf them if you wanted for a bit and let them age, and they would still be amazing. But to produce this without any nasty chemicals or additives to mask what the flavor of the grape varietal actually is pretty impressive. And I would argue that most of you have probably never even had a wine like that. All right. Our mission with every single bottle is to really showcase the vineyard and the grape that came from the winemaker, right? So if it's from California or Chile, you want it to taste like it came from that region in California or like it came from that mountainside in Chile. In the French, they call it terroir. So the terroir of our wines is incredibly important because you can have a Pinot from two different sides of the entire globe and they should taste completely different. Why should they? Because they're from different regions, right? If you think about the weather and the soil and the rain and the wind and the bugs, nothing is ever the same year to year. So why in the world should your wine always taste the same, vintage after vintage after vintage? The correct answer is it shouldn't. You should have a lot of variety in how your wine tastes from year to year. You only get that when you have a clean crafted standard to adhere to. All right. So with our wine, we actually have a lot of other beautiful things. Like I already mentioned, coffee, that's coming out. We have a very popular partnership to a nationwide top retailer that we're going to be with very shortly. I can't announce it quite yet, but you'll be able to find us in the stores for a short amount of time. And that's really just to help get that national brand recognition. The other things that we do have is we have wine in a can. We had spritzers this past summer. I'm pretty sure they're going to come back. We have the world's first ever mixable. So that's really cool. It is wine, but you use it as a vodka, gin, or what is the other one? Whatever kind of mixable, like booze. I don't drink a whole lot of booze, but the mixables, you put them in with like grapefruit juice or, you know, in the shaker cup, whatever. You get what I'm saying? Mixables, but it's actually wine. I could go into detail on how it's made. It's really cool. But nonetheless, I like the idea of, oh, I think I'll have a Moscow Mule cocktail, and then maybe I'll have a glass of wine later. And guess what? You're not mixing anything. Those are the exact same pieces of alcohol beverage. So there's no mixing of alcohols, and the alcohol volume in the mixable is lower than it is in a typical booze. So you're not going to get the throat punch of one vodka tonic that you would typically get from, you know, a standard liquor. You're going to get a lower alcohol volume, like 20%, 21% by volume. So you can enjoy more cocktails without feeling like you just got punched in the face. I don't know. That's what I like. All right. So I know I'm flying through this slideshow because I don't want to waste any of your precious, precious time. I am giving you everything you need to know to make a decision today. So what comes with this opportunity? Well, you get tons of wine education, you get business development, and you get community. You get all of our top leaders you have access to. Whoever your mentor is, if that's me, you get me. If it's somebody else who invited you to this call, you get their mentorship for the first month or so of your journey. You also have a completely like immersible experience in our modular based training system, we have so many opportunities to learn. It's almost overwhelming, but you pick and choose what you want to do to help grow your business. You get direct mentorship, like I mentioned, for $129. You get your fully loaded website, your URL that's specific to your name or whatever name you choose. Your entire back office is full of assets, it's full of training, it's full of numbers and reports. Everything you would need to be a legitimate business owner and run your business, you have access to. If you are just a hobbyist, that's okay too. Maybe you don't need all the reports and all the gadgets and widgets that we have in the back office. But what you do have is access to the best wine in the world at a reduced price. And I think that's pretty fantastic. So you don't have to have any minimums when you join our company. None at all. You don't have to carry any inventory. In fact, it's against our policy to do any type of cash and carry with our wine. And you'll also get some wine paraphernalia with your $129. But the big thing here is you're able to commission off of your wine right from the beginning. So a lot of your own money stays right back in your pocket. So you join our opportunity, you have your URL fully available and ready to launch, and then you order your own wine, boom, immediate 15% commission on what you've ordered. And when you either sell more or you purchase more and you move into the next commission bracket, your savings just got deepened. Isn't that incredible? All right, so here's why you could potentially be perfect for this. If you really like wine or coffee, you'd be perfect to be here. If you're already buying wine and coffee, it'd be pretty perfect for you to be here. And if you really want to do better for yourself and the planet and future generations, okay, and I know you might like future generations, that's a little dramatic, Tiffany. No, it's not. We have got one planet that we're all inhabiting, okay? And I don't know how much longer this planet's going to be here, but if we don't do our part to take care of it and reduce the amount of pesticides and toxic chemicals that are being sprayed agriculturally all over the globe, you're not going to have a whole lot of world to live in, okay? Or everything is going to be so riddled with chemicals, you're going to be too unhealthy to even enjoy it. I mean, can we at least meet in the middle on this one here? And some extra income. There's inflation happening. Do you guys notice that? Do you notice everything is more expensive right now? And by the way, people are still buying wine. They're still buying from the e-commerce platform. So I am going to challenge you to start backfilling these gaps I know you have in your life with something that is A, ridiculously fun, B, really easily shareable, and 3 is a consumable. Did I say A, B, and 3? A consumable product. This is just me. This is my personality. It's a consumable product. So people are going to keep coming back to you for more. And it's just, gosh, it's just such a good time. I mean, can you imagine? I market wine for a living. I taste wine with friends for a living. Oh, I drink this coffee and I share that. I make money off of it. Yep, I'm in. All right, so like, what are you waiting for at this point? Your URL would look exactly like the one on the screen, scoutandseller.com/whatever you want your name to be. So clearly my name is Tiffany Wix and it says Tiffany Wix. If you want it to be the next best thing, you can have it say the next best thing. You can have it say whatever the heck you want, but that will be your URL. That's what you'll share for people when they're wanting to purchase your product or join your opportunity if you're ready to start a team. All right. Here is where I would answer questions. So let me know whatever questions you have. Please get back to me individually. You can DM me, you can email me, or if someone else has invited you to this call, please get back with them and they will be happy to answer any questions you have. If any of us don't have the answer as soon as you ask it, give us a beat. We will get the answer and then we'll get right back to you. Okay. All right. With that, thank you so much for coming to the call. I'm going to stop my share and I'm going to let you guys go for the evening. So thanks so much. Ciao and cheers.